Captains, the poneglyphs have been found, the route has been revealed, and we have an official roadmap to what's going to be the first ever One Piece TCG Championship. Let's talk about it. What's up, Captains? Welcome back to The Other Decks. My name is Casual Dobo, and today we're going to be talking about the One Piece TCG Championships that were just announced. So if you haven't seen already, Bandai has actually announced that we are now going to be starting on the road to the championships that ultimately ends in January 2024 with the national finals. And it's pretty cool because if you actually go to their website, they do showcase a awesome roadmap of sorts that says witness the birth of the best One Piece card game player. That's actually pretty cool. But I did want to take a look at this real quick just because I think it's really awesome that there's actually 3 tracks that you can go through in order to get your invite for nationals. So the first one I want to talk about is actually the online regional, just because I think that is the most inclusive way to participate in some of these bigger events, because that is going to be an online webcam tournament, very much like the deck limited battles back in the fall and winter times. And then in April, we actually have offline regionals happening, and those will be announced later on. I imagine it's probably going to be, the classic TOs that you know of, PPG, the one in Texas, sorry. Is it Play TCG down in Texas? Probably one in Florida, and then for North America over in Canada, Carta Magica. If they had a Treasure Cup, they're probably going to have an offline regional. And then the last thing I want to point out is that you might notice it peeking over here, but another beautiful way you can get your invite is by winning a store championship. So if you don't play Digimon, you might not know what a store championship is, but essentially it is a way for your locals to apply to get store championship promos, prize support, etc. But the winner from those events are going to get an invite to nationals. So say you're not able to register online because those fill up fast, you're not able to get to an offline regional, there is a third option for you to get your invite, and that is to make sure that your LGS, your local game store, applies to get some of the support. And while it is maybe a little early to ask your store to actually sign up for these things through TCG Plus, because they're probably not available yet, make sure that your store is on the lookout for it, because those are going to be pretty uniquely interesting events. What's the word I'm looking for? They're going to be hot. They're going to be hot events. But as you can see, this is going through most of the year, in fact all of the year, and then we actually have wave 2 and wave 3s of the online and offline regionals, and a second wave of the store championships happening in October. So this store championship, this online regional, and this offline regional are going to be your last opportunities to try and get your invite. And this will all ultimately culminate in the national finals over here on January 2024. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. I'm super excited that we actually have a roadmap for this, just because if you're paying attention to any of the other Bandai card games, you know that nationals is probably something that they were going to work on for this game as well. But now let's actually go over specifically what the online regional for March is going to look like. So as you can see here, the website also has a link for this online regional March 2023. So here's the overview. Online regionals are a great way for players to participate in the championship from the comfort of their own homes. Set up your webcam and join the fray. So the period for this is going to be March 18th through April 8th. And then our event organizers are going to be Carta Magica, PPG, Top Cut, and then Top Cut gets another one. That's for North America. If you're in the Oceania region, TAC Games is going to be doing yours. And then for Europe, looks like Raid and Trade. And then Latin America, Kokui Hobby. Apologies if I mispronounced that. But as you can see, there's no links to any of it yet, just because the registration for this is going to happen in February. So be on the lookout for that date. Stay attached to all of their social media just to make sure you're in the know. But the one thing I did want to take a look at is the pricing, because I did a Digimon regional back in the day. Pricing was pretty good. Participation price was solid, but the pricing for this actually looks nice, like real nice. So what do you get for even just participating, signing up, paying the entry fee, and then playing 3 rounds? You get the regional storage box, which looks a lot like this. So this is kind of your standard cardboard box, very similar to what you've seen already. You get 1 Dawn sleeve. This is probably pretty standard affair at this point. Now this is cool. You do get 1 gold Dawn just for participating. And this is, if you've been following the Japanese meta when the game first came out, you saw that some people had this, and we were like, how do we get that? Now we know. The other thing you get is an online regional participation pack, Volume 1, and this one actually has some really cool alt arts that we have not seen before. So the first one is an alternate art of Trafalgar Law, and this is actually from OPO2. So activate main 1, you may return this character to its owner's hand, and then play up to 1 character with a cost of 3 from your hand, which seems pretty solid, not gonna lie. Next one is an alternate art of Kobe, 3 costs to play, 4,000 power, does have a counter. On play, you may trash 1 card from your hand, KO up to 1 of your opponent's characters with a cost of 3 or less. So also a very solid card. Now this one I'm the most excited about just because I love like anime cooking. But this is Sanji. This is actually a alternate art of the starter deck Sanji, so that's pretty cool. 2 costs to play, 4,000 power, Dawn times 2, 8 gains rush. But yeah, I think this might actually be my favorite art of the pack. Never mind, this one's pretty solid. So alternate art, Marshall D. Teach. This is from the starter deck as well. So on play, return up to 1 character with cost 3 or less to the owner's hand. Honestly, best Blackbeard card we've gotten so far in terms of art. That's actually real awesome. Man, they keep showing me up. Alright, so Jack, alternate art from the starter deck. On play, trash a card from your hand. Add up to 1 Dawn from your Dawn deck as active. That's also very nice. Stylistically different from the others, but that is menacing. And then, oh, that's interesting. So we do get an alternate art of Charlotte Pudding. So this is actually going to be, I believe, one of the first yellow cards we're going to be able to get in the English meta. Don't worry, we won't be able to play it because we have no yellow leaders at this time. But it's still pretty cool to have. So 2 to play, 3,000 power, counter plus 2k, so that's pretty solid. On play, look at up to 1 card from the top of yours or your opponent's life cards, and then place at the top or bottom of the life cards. That's actually pretty cool. I like that a lot. I actually didn't know what the main effect of this in the starter deck was, so that's actually a pretty solid ability. Alright, so other than the online regional participation pack, which, if you didn't see that fine print, it is 1 card per pack, so it is going to be a little bit difficult to get a whole playset of all of these cards, so keep that in mind. The other thing is that we do have a Dawn card pack, which, once again, if you follow the Japanese meta a little bit, you were probably wondering, when are we getting these Dawn? Now. Now we get these Dawn. I really love these, actually. I think they look pretty sweet. I love how colorful they are. Once again, this is going to be 1 Dawn per pack, so it is going to be a little bit of a challenge to get all 10. But hopefully there's enough of these regionals, and hopefully they, put them in store championships, put them in the offline regionals. So hopefully, eventually, the market will have enough where they are reasonably priced. And the last thing you get for participating is just Event Pack 1. This is the same event pack from the Treasure Cup. Alright, so those are your participation prizes. If you make it to top 128, you get that, plus another event pack, plus a pack of Zoro sleeves, which is pretty nice. That is the alternate art Zoro. For top 64, you get an additional gold Dawn. Okay, so here's where I think the prizing gets really spicy. So, for top 32, you do get a finalist set, which, that is just the cards that we showed earlier, but now they have a stamp that says 2023 probably regional finalists, if I had to guess. Can't quite tell what that word is. Maybe online finalists, right? Additionally, you do get a gold Dawn card and then also a finalist playmat. So this is what the finalist playmat looks like. That's actually very solid. I really like that a lot. Also, can we just take a moment to recognize that this regionals that they posted, kind of that like font, I don't know, I really like that a lot. I think that's a really good touch. Alright, so that's top 32. Now let's talk about the Nationals Finals invite. If you make it into the top 16, you win your invite. And then finally, in second place, you get a whole set of gold Dawn cards, which is very nice. And then you also get a serialized Monkey D. Luffy, which is the one that looks like that. And now if you win the whole thing, you get an online 2023 champion card set. So that is the cards probably with the champion stamp. Let's take a look at it. Oh yeah, there you are. The winner stamp marked on them. And it does say set, so I wonder if you get all 6, which would be a nice reward. You do get a Champions playmat, which that looks sick, especially if you're hyped for OPO2, if you're hyped for the Marines. That's pretty awesome. 10 gold dong, which is nice. You do get a serialized Monkey D. Luffy, which is awesome. And then also, you get a booster box of OPO2 provided by the TO. So, honestly, it might be worth it to get sweaty and try and win this thing, right? But yeah, the pricing for this regional is insane. Really love it, and I really love the fact that Bandai is now opening up, multiple methods in order to get your invite. And then one quick thing I wanted to note, so I just kind of skipped over it because it's a bunch of things that you can just read, but the one thing that really caught my eye was for North America, right? Finals championship invites will be passed down to the next highest ranking player if the finalist already has an invite. So as you know, there's a bunch of competitive card game players. I saw this in Digimon. It exists in One Piece as well, but they're going to go to a lot of tournaments and they're probably going to win, or at least top in a lot of events, right? With this, if they already have their invite, that means that another person who doesn't have their invite is going to get it, and it's kind of just going to trickle down. So this is a great way for anyone, to be able to potentially get their invite. So just because if a bunch of really competitive people are going in, if they have their stuff, there's a potential that if you do well, you'll be able to get your invite as well. But that is it. That's all I wanted to talk about for today, just because it came up and I sort of had finished my preparation for a tournament, wanted to discuss it, and then, maybe put it out. And if you're hearing this version of the ending, that means I waited until after my tournament that I'm hosting in order to post this thing. So after this, go ahead and check out the VOD of that. I hosted a tournament and co-casted it with Blackbeard TCG. This was a 32-player tournament for my community. We're giving away a box to top player, but also doing a little bit of prize support for top 4. Should be a pretty fun, semi-competitive tournament. So yeah, that's it for me. Thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. And captains, remember, build what you like, play what you love, and I'll catch you in the next video.